Hello everyone, I'm back and we'll be doing Packet Tracer 2.55. Configure initial switch settings. Okay. I know it's pretty late at night for me, but you know, we'll be doing one more before I go to sleep. Oopsies. Um, we'll just allow it. Why not? Okay. Oh wow. Look at that. Okay, here we go. Let's just dock this up real quick. So we're gonna be doing these objectives. Part 1, verify the default switch configuration. Part 2, configure a basic switch configuration. Part 3, configure a banner MOTD. Part 4, save configuration files to NVRAM. And part 5, configure switch 2. Okay, great. So let's go and start off with. Okay, let's go to the background and scenario. In this activity, you will perform basic switch configuration task. You will secure access to command line interface, the CLI, and console ports using encrypted and plain text passwords. You also learn to configure a message for users logging into the switch. These message banners are also used to warn unauthorized users that access is prohibited. Great. Okay, so let's go start it off. Verify the default switch configuration. Okay, enter privilege exec mode. All right. Okay, the configure command through which access is configured and gained. All right, so it wants us to click S1 first and press enter. Notice how everything's up when you because we just opened the packet tracer, everything's already up. So these two will always be up. That means they're already connected. That's the only time. When it's a switch, they're always up. When it's a router, administratively down. Okay? So let's start off with an enable. That's what they want us to do. And we'll go and examine the current switch configuration. Okay. So let's go do show run. Okay, show running config. You can do that, right? Just tab this, it'll do show running config. But you can do it shortly with show run. And we'll go and go for this one. We'll see how much we got here. The show run command shows everything that you've configured actually. It shows the version, shows how much bytes is in the configuration, shows the host name, shows if you put encryption, right? Shows if it's shows that it's in spanning tree PVST. You'll learn that later on. You'll learn the system ID. It'll also show all the interfaces, even including gigabit and fast Ethernet. Shows that the interface VLAN 1 shows everything that is shut down, and it shows the line con interfaces. Line con meaning console. So when you're joining in the console, that's the password that you put in. Line VTY, I believe those are the passwords when you're connecting into a port. We'll actually do some Google searching right now. Let me just pause it. Okay, let me pause. Okay, so we have figured it out. It is the virtual lines that allow connecting to the device using Telnet or secure shell. All right, that's cool. We use port 22 and I think port 22 or port 23, one of those two. But yes, I guess that's actually really good when you're doing line con, the VTY as well. Okay, so here we go. So that so answer the following questions. How many fast Ethernet interfaces do we have on the switch? Okay, let's see. We got 1 to 24. We got 24 fast Ethernets. Oh my gosh. Man, I'm having a lisp right now, man. We got 24 fast Ethernets interfaces. We have 2 gigabit Ethernet interfaces. And the VTY range is actually 0 to 15. On routers, it's actually 0 to 4. But for switches, 0 to 15. Which command will display the current contents of non-volatile random access memory, NVR, or NVRAM. So the command is actually show startup config, but the startup config is not present. And the reason why is because we haven't saved anything yet. We're just base value. Basically, what we're using is the startup config, and there's no startup config saved up in the switch itself because we're just using whatever is running right now. If we adjust it, save the configuration, then we'll have a startup config. Okay. But currently, right now, it will not show us. Actually, on GNS3, it will show the configuration that you have right now, which is the running config, or it'll just show default because nothing's saved. All right, we're gonna assign the name to the switch. This is pretty simple. You want to go to configure terminal mode, right? Config T, for short. We'll do config T. And you just give it a host name S1. For short, right? After when you press enter, it will actually already show the host name. See, you already changed it. But what you can also do is do host, right? We'll do S2 host S1. Let's go back. So there you go. Host S1 has been configured. Host for short, okay? And then let's go exit. That's what it wants us to do. We'll also secure access to the console line. It's pretty good. So let's go to line con 0. You can do the whole thing if you want, but line con 0, actually let's go to config T already. We'll go to line con 0 and we'll do password. Let me in. There you go. We'll do login. What login does is that what happens is that if you do not put in the login command, actually we'll answer this right now. Why is the login command required? The reason why we're doing the login command is that if we do not put no, okay, let's do no login, right? Let's do no login, right? Let's take out the login and we'll go and exit in, right? We'll exit everything. Notice how it doesn't, there's nothing there, right? But if we do line console 0, right? And then we'll do login now. When we exit, right? Control Z, and then we'll just do an exit. Now we are prompt a password. The login basically says, hey, you're gonna have to log in before doing anything. That's what login does. So if we do let me in, right? Alright, there you go. When we do let me in, the password should go to S1. I failed the first time, unfortunately. Okay. And we already verified it. That's how you verify it. You just go straight to the beginning. If the switch did not prompt you a password, then you did not configure the login parameter in step 2. See? There you go. Even Cisco knows it. Alright. Secure privilege mode access. Okay. So what you do is that you do the enable, okay? So enable is let's go into this. All right, already into conf mode configured terminal. So if we do enable, right? We'll do enable. We have two options: enable secret and enable password. Enable password is plain text. Okay. Enable password is plain text, and the thing is that when you do enable password, anyone can see the password straight through. Okay, so we'll just do an enable password, right? Enable password, and then we'll just do the thing Cisco with a 1, Cisco $C0. There you go, and we'll do an exit, right? So let's go and do an exit for both, right? Exit. Now let's go let me in, and then when we do enable, we're gonna have to put in the Cisco password that we implemented actually. So C1 $C0. There you go. Now we're good. And let's go and do a show run. And notice how we have these, right? Password let me in, and our other password should be here. We should have password let me in, and where's the other password that we got? There you go. Enable password Cisco. Notice how it's in plain text. So whoever goes in here, right? Whoever had someone like a network engineer left their table, right, open, right, without doing Windows L for locking their Windows or Mac, right? They would be able to go in here into Telnet and they would see that this is the password. They'll save it and then they can do whatever they want with this, you know? So yeah, that's actually that's actually the crazy part, okay? So this is good because on step 6 we're going to configure an encrypted password, okay? We're going to go back to conft again. Okay. Yeah, we'll go and conft, and then this time we're going to do enable, right? We're going to do secret, right? What does secret do? We'll do a question mark. Basically, enable secret, it will do it's a secret. But what happens is that it will specify an encrypted secret that will follow. So basically, it will do MD5 MD5 hash, which later on we'll learn that the service password encryption will do Cisco's MD7, I think, 7 hash, which is not really safe. That's the reason why we do MD5, because it's more secure. So let's do it's a secret. It's a secret. It's a secret. Make sure we don't fail this, you know. Now let's do a show run. A do show run, actually. And notice how it will have the 5, right? It will have the 5, meaning that it's using the 5 of encryption, MD5. And notice how it's like really like you can't read this, you know. You're gonna have to go through something to get this thing unencrypted. Notice how that the line console password is unencrypted. It's plain text. You could see it. This is not safe, you know? It's not safe. So what we're going to be doing is that we're going to be putting a service password encryption. Okay? The thing is that what happens, right, is that if you do an enable password, right? Okay, if you do an enable password on the for the privilege exec mode, yes, that will exist, right? That will exist if you put a service password encryption. Yeah, that will be good, but it's not as safe. But if you do enable secret and then you put in another password, the enable secret will be on top of the enable password command. That means enable password would not really exist anymore. It would not exist. You'll be most likely just doing enable secret password, which is, you know, more safe, you know? But that's what would happen in your studies, you know. The enable secret will always overlap the enable password because enable secret is more safe. So we'll go and do a service password encryption, right? Let's just do, to make it short, you do pass and then you do a tab. And then when you do that, what happens is that if we do a show run, a do show run actually, do show run, what happens is that our line con gets encrypted as well. Hold on. There you go. Now it's encrypted. See? But look, it's a password 7. Okay? I don't know if we can do a secret for LineCon, which is unsafe. But, you know, even if they do get into LineCon, they can't really configure the switch or even do any show commands because all they can do is just ping. When they enter in the LineCon, that's it. When they're doing just exec mode, it's just regular. You know, they don't do anything, right? So you'd rather have at least some sort of encryption on your password, so you know you're safe. But notice how enable pass like 7 is like looking pretty simple compared to 5, which has like more like a slash, right? It has a little slash, has a dot, a period, it has a dollar sign, it even has like these little squiggly lines and everything. You know, has more. It's more encrypted. You see, or notice how number 7 is like kind of, let's just say it's trash, right? Modern terms, it's trash. It's not safe, you know. That's why I highly suggest that you do an enable secret command, which is important. It will overlap the regular password that you created. Service password encryption, it used to be safe, but now people figured out ways to get through this, you know. But yes, that's it. Now everything's not plain text, it's safe. Even the line con passwords are also safe as well, or sort of safe. Okay, the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna configure a banner of the day. So when you do banner of the day, right, the thing is that you're gonna have to make a banner, right? Banner and then question mark MOTD, and then after that, you see having this. See, C banner text where C is the delimiting character, right? So let's try this, right? Let's try this. This is a secure system authorized access only. There you go. Now we plug that in, and then when we do an exit, right? Now we do an exit. Now it will show, right? Not only that, it will show the password, right? And we need user access verification, but it'll also show our banner MOTD. This is a secure system, authorized access only, right? There you go. It'll be displayed only when you're logging in. And why should every switch should have this? The reason why is because it's for legal action. You know, if someone gets into your switch, right, and he's trying to get into your switch and gets caught, right? The thing that happens is that without this banner MOTD, there's no like documentation saying, hey, you can't be in here, right? Although it's morally wrong, you can't do that. If it's better for your legal action to have a banner MOTD because it tells the person, right? This is so simple, right? Like literally having a banner MOTD is so simple, but this will help you win like legal battles. I think that's what my teacher told me, right? This is a secure system, authorized access only. If you do not have authorized access, then don't do anything, right? So that's basically what it is. And then part 4, we're going to save and verify configuration files to NVRAM. Okay, this is pretty simple, right? So let's go and put in the password, which is let me in, and then enable. We're going to go and put in C1 $ C0. Wait a minute. C1 $C0. Okay. Hold up. Oh, there you go. There you go. Sorry. It's a secret. There you go. Okay, I put in the right password the first time, the enable password. So it's let me in. Yeah, okay. I kind of screwed that up. Okay, so here we go. How we're going to do it is that we're going to do a copy running config, startup config, and it'll be like, it'll tell you, hey, this is your destination file, right? Your running config. We're going to paste it into the startup config, and when we press yes, right, enter, it says building configuration. And when we do a show startup config, right, a show startup, show startup config, it will basically show, right? Yeah, basically it will just show like everything. See? Look at that. See? It basically just shows our the ones that we did because we pasted the current running configuration that we just did, the one that we're doing right now, and we just pasted it. We copied and pasted it onto the startup config. So the startup config will actually, that will be saved. So if we turn off the switch and we turn it back on, this configuration is saved. Anything that isn't saved, and you turn off the switch, that's gonna be gone. You're not gonna be able to see it. It's gonna be like wiped out. Any changes that you haven't done. Okay, so are all the changes were entered into the record file? Yes. Another command that you could also do is write for short. You know what I mean? Write is even short. Okay. So let's go to switch 2. Looks like they want us to configure that, and we'll go and do this from here. Okay, let's go enter, right? So let's go and do this. If you cannot remember the commands, refer to part 1 and part 4. So here we go. Let's do this, right? Let's speed run this. Enable, right? We're gonna give it a conf host s2. All right, and then we'll go and do linecon 0, right? Linecon 0. The password is going to be let me in. Okay, and then we'll go and press exit. Go back to this, and then we're gonna also go and configure in enable password of Cisco. Yeah, we'll enable password of Cisco, and we're gonna do an enable secret for it's a secret. It's a secret. There you go. Configure a banner MOTD saying, hey, authorized access only, right? We'll just do that for short. There you go. And then encrypt plain text. So we're going to be doing a service password encryption. Ensure that the configuration is all correct. So we'll do a do show run. Check if it's all correct. Right? Linecon has already been. Did we even do a linecon? Oh yeah, we already did a linecon. Line v2y. Maybe it doesn't want us to do the line v2y. Configure appropriate message. Yeah, it looks like we're not doing the line v2y stuff. It doesn't tell us to. And there you go. We got the password, right? There we go. We got the password. We got the enable password as well, right? But the thing is that, notice how we have both of these here. The enable secret, and we have the enable password, right? It will always take the enable secret. We'll just like, right? We're gonna save it, right? Let's do a write. We'll do a write, and then we'll just test it out, right? So, whoops! Oh my goodness. It's a secret. See, notice how it took it's a secret instead of the Cisco that we did. See, Cisco and it's a secret. Oh, I missed one thing. Can you figure out what? And we're gonna go to linecon 0. I forgot to put in the login command. Now let's go and check it out, right? Let's do it right before we do this. Actually, let's do a show start. And we should have a login. There you go. So now that if we exit, there you go. Now we're gonna have to be logging in. We have the authorized access banner MOTD, and now we can do let me in, enable, and then it's a secret. There you go. Now we did everything. See, we did everything that it's asking for. Notice how the completion is at 100. We'll go and go to the assessment. So look at this, right? Look at this. On switch 1, we've configured a banner MOTD. On the console line, we did login, we did password, we did enable password, enable secret, we did a host name, service password encryption, and startup config. But the ones that we did by ourselves, right? We did a banner MOTD. We did the same thing, basically the same thing, but we did it all by ourselves. And you know, if you guys were following me if you guys are following me with this entire thing, you know, hopefully you guys learned something from this. And yeah, it's already late night for me, but you know, I'm always here to keep on the grind, trying to get my CCNA. Also, you trying to get your CCNA too, but you know, we're getting somewhere. Hopefully I can go look back at these videos and, you know, learn them back myself, right? If I ever forget. All right, so yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys have a nice day, and or actually a good night, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.